let me bring in Mr. Owaisi, because you support the central government. If the central government came and tell you, look, this is an opportunity for a negotiated settlement, do you believe, Mr. Owaisi, that is possible, that actually this judgment is opening a window of opportunity for, on the disputed land, a mosque and a temple to coexist? Do you believe there is that window of opportunity, Mr. Owaisi?
No, I agree with what Mr. Jilani had said, that we cannot surrender the land. We will certainly go to Supreme Court. And why 1/3? If the Supreme Court says that no, the whole land belongs to the Hindus, fine, that is fine with us. We have already said that. But there cannot be reconciliation. We will not surrender the piece of land. And this is nothing but bartering 1/3 for what? We will not agree to that.
So hang on, Mr. Owaisi. What if the Supreme Court in its wisdom was to say, we reaffirm the judgment of the Allahabad High Court? I know it's hypothetical, but what if they were to say that? Would you still take this maximalist position, or would you then take a negotiated settlement?
Rajdeep, if in a hypothetical situation what you say comes true, then Muslim Personal Law Board has already said that we will abide by the last judgment of the court of the land, and that is Supreme Court.
Right.
Simple as that. But I have the right and opportunity to plead my case, because I feel that there are many points, many evidences, historical evidence, which the Honorable High Court have erred in law by overlooking at it.
Give me one example.
We will certainly present that case to.
Give me an example that you feel.
Historical evidence is there. I mean, there's so many historical evidence are there. You say that we did not demolish a temple and constructed a masjid over there, and then he says that no, because that the whole place where the dome came down, that has to be given. So there are so many things. I mean, let the whole judgment copy come, and I'm sure. In detail, Mr. Jilani and the lawyers will point out.
Oh, no. Let me try and resolve this issue, because the court looked at various issues. They've looked at history, they've looked at faith, they've looked at tradition. Swapan Dasgupta, Yogendra Yadav, do you see the two sides are taking maximalist positions, naturally, the Sunni Waqf Board and the Hindu Mahasabha and the other groups. But do you see a way out provided in a sense by the Allahabad High Court, Yogendra and Swapan?
Rajiv, first of all, any decision is better than no decision. So in that sense, we should welcome it. It takes the judicial process forward. What today's judgment does really, I mean, on the one hand, it opens possibility of reconciliation because of this thing of political division, which was almost impossible for political actors to agree to. But strangely, it shifts the ground. In a sense, judiciary has become the terrain for political settlement and reconciliation. Who would handle the constitutional ground? There is an ideal of constitutionalism, which has been shifted away. So, does it bring about constitutionalism? My sense is that it would actually open ground for greater interrogation than it settles on that score.
May I then, sorry to butt in, but are you suggesting that what your worry is that the judgment in a sense sanctifies what happened on December 6, 1992 in terms of the demolition of the mosque by establishing the fact that it was a Ram Janmasthan, that it in a sense sanctifies what happened on December 23rd, 1949 when a Ram Lalla idol was found there? Is that your worry, that you believe that the constitutional process is being questioned? That's your main concern?
You go to courts in order to, I mean, in any democracy, the task of the judiciary is to guard minority against majoritarian excesses. This is clearly one reason why minorities have looked forward to courts, and today they have reasons to be disappointed. I'm sure that's why they would wish to go to Supreme Court.
Okay, Swapan Dasgupta, you have a very varying perception of that. You actually believe that there is space, in a sense, in this judgment, to legitimize the faith that Hindus had, that there was a Ram Janmasthan, at the same time provide possibilities of a compromise.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit puzzled by the people who till day before yesterday was talking about the sanctity of the verdict and how important it was that this verdict should come, because the decision on the title suit would actually set the benchmark for this thing, now are doing a completely about turn. Now, regardless of whether we prefer a judicial verdict or not, and I agree with you, Yogendra, that you cannot abdicate the political space. At the same time, I'm a little puzzled about why a High Court verdict is seen as a direct challenge to constitutionalism. To my mind, this verdict actually, regardless of its possible shortcomings, and you really can't prevent anyone from going to the Supreme Court, actually opens up the space for what is there. In other words, you're not leaving anyone with a sense of defeat.